Good morning, everybody. JB coming to you live. It's Friday, coming from my home office in Atlanta. And I wanted to shoot this live, how to win a high value claim. A lot of us veterans have been lowballs, shafted when it comes to ratings. And the reason why this company was founded was to help each and every one of you help yourself and help your family win a high value claim, okay? When we're talking about high value claims, we're not talking about 70% ratings or below. When I talk about high value claims, I'm actually talking about 80% to 100. It's sad to know that we started the greatest country in the world. We fought for this Constitution. We fought for the ideals of this country. And it's sad to come back from fighting or serving and you have to fight the bureaucracy of the VA. But I want to take the tone down for making you feel like you're in a fight. I want you to understand that we're dealing with medicine and we're dealing with law, okay? Medicine and law. You have the congressional law, Title 38, Part 4, that's put in place by Congress. And then you have the medicine side of it because we're dealing with VA disability. Disability is dealing with your medical issues, okay? So the first thing you want to have on the top of your mind, what's going on, Sean? Good morning. The first thing you need to have on the top of your mind, I don't know if the music is too loud. If it is, just tell me to turn it down. You can type it. But I'm in a great mood. So the first thing on top of your mind you need to understand is that you're going to be filing out government forms, just like we were in the military. Everything we wanted from the military, we had these forms. They had these form numbers, right? So you're dealing with the VA, dealing with forms. They don't know you from Adam. They don't know your branch of service. They didn't know where you served, who your unit people were, your commanders, your captains. They just getting an influx of paperwork that's coming into a national fax number, okay? And so you got to realize that there's millions of applications that's going in. So what is going to make your paperwork stand out above the rest? Because nobody here at New Life Veterans are average. Wouldn't you agree? The reason why you are here is because you are above average. Someone thought of you to be in this group to learn some high value stuff. So I'm finna get into it real quick. I'm gonna turn this down. I got this funk playing. I love funk. All right, check it out. In that mindset, there's a person that's at the regional office. After it comes from Janesville, Wisconsin, the fax paperwork that you faxed in goes into your local regional office. So wherever your state that you live in, your paperwork is going into the regional office, okay? If you live in Georgia, we got a regional office right across the street from the hospital, okay? It's in Atlanta. So after you send it to Janesville, Wisconsin, they're going to send it back to Atlanta. Sounds strange. Or wherever you send it, they're going to send it back to your state. So there's some positions that's in the regional office. There's what you call a VA rater, a VA rater, okay? Now that rater has to sift through all this paperwork, and what is going to make your paperwork stand above the rest? Let me tell you the secret. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to set your paperwork to the point of answering all of her or his questions, because they're going to have questions when it comes to every disability. I'm going to just take one disability right now, and we're going to go over the process. I want you to watch closely because I want you to look at this from a VA rater's standpoint, okay? So let's take diagnostic code 8100, migraines. I do have migraine doctors in our network, okay? That's a little plug. If you're a New Life Insider and you got migraines, we do have doctors. Now, when you're talking about migraines, they're going to receive the paperwork and say, okay, this person is trying to claim migraines. First question they're going to ask is it a direct service claim or is it a secondary? That's the first question. Is it direct or is it secondary? The second question they're going to ask, are they meeting the three elements of service connection? What are the three elements of service connection? Let's say they figured it's direct. The first thing is diagnosis. Do you have a current, not 2002, but do you have a current diagnosis? If you can't answer that question and you're a New Life veterans, you need to get your butt over there to the emergency room if you have to and get you a diagnosis, okay? You gotta meet the element number. I'm trying to make this easy and palatable so you to understand why you've been walking around for years not getting your high rates. All right, so they're gonna check that out. Oh, this person has a current diagnosis. What is the second element of service connection? Evidence. Evidence, my friend, evidence. What is evidence? Can anybody just type below what type of evidence we look at? They look at the VA rater's office. They look at lay statements. Is that evidence? I'm gonna make this claim. I know this probably reversed on the camera. I don't know why Facebook does this, but it's reversed. Let's talk about evidence. That's the second element of service. What types of evidence? Lay evidence. What is lay evidence? Lay evidence is evidence from your spouse, evidence from your husband, your wife, evidence from your family, evidence from friends. What have they witnessed you suffering from? Do you have lay evidence? Second thing, what other evidence? Do you have any medical complaint evidence? Have you been to the doctor recently complaining about this? All right. Do you have any evidence from your service treatment records? So from A, we're going to have service treatment records. That's why I ask every last one of you guys to have service treatment records. If you don't have your service treatment record, you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? If you haven't download a VA form SF-180, you're doing yourself a disservice because there's no way you could tell me that you remember every time you went to sick call over 20 years ago. I served from 1991 to 1995. I can't tell you when I was on a basketball court and I sprung my thumb trying to shoot a jump shot and my thumb is still messed up today. But I can't tell you the date it happened. You know what I mean? So you got to have your lay evidence, your medical complaint evidence. What else is evidence, ladies and gentlemen? What else is evidence? Buddy statements is evidence. Buddy statements from buddies who serve with you. If you're claiming PTSD, you better have them. If you're claiming PTSD, you better have them. Okay. Now, what else is evidence? If you're claiming a secondary migraine, which if you file in direct or secondary, what else is evidence for a secondary? All secondary claims got to have what? Court cases. Court cases from where? Veterans Appeals. Why do we look at Veterans Appeals? Well, if you know anything about being a lawyer, they look at previous cases in court. They bring up cases all the time. Brown versus Board of Education. This person versus the last VA secretary. We had this veteran against. These are congressional court cases. Sean said medical nexus. Yes. Court cases from the Veterans Appeal. What do you find at index.va.gov? Index.va.gov. What else is evidence, ladies and gentlemen? Sean called it out. Medical nexus. This is a medical opinion. Look, the VA is going to have a medical opinion of you at your rate. Your VA rater is going to have an opinion of you. And where is that opinion coming from? It's coming from that CMP exam. They're going to take, okay, we use VES to evaluate this cat. This is what they saw. This is their opinion. Let me tell you something. If you go into a gunfight with a knife, which means you don't have this is killing us, ladies and gentlemen. Medical opinions from your private doctor, your non-VA doctor. This is the foundation that we have founded New Life Veterans on. Your medical opinion or medical nexus is going to be the nail in the coffin, which is element number 3 anyway, of a service connection: diagnosis, evidence, and medical nexus. All right, what else is evidence, ladies and gentlemen? What else is evidence? Can we use the Library of Medicine articles? Library, where do we find that? PubMed.gov, Library of Medicine. Why are we using Library of Medicine? Why are we using Library of Medicine, ladies and gentlemen? The Library of Medicine is a governmental entity. I'll say that one more time. It is a governmental entity, all right? There's a group of doctors that are writing articles on things that they find studies, surveys, whatever, dealing with the prevalence of injuries that's in the military. You want to include this stuff into your C file that you are faxing over to Janesville, Wisconsin. A lot of you guys are missing the mark. Some of you guys not even having, when I talk, you do consults on the phone. Majority of the people don't even have their service treatment records. Sad. Service treatment records, medical and dental. Majority of other people that's walking around with a lowball claim don't have their. How can you leave it up to a governmental agency that's historically known to lowball you? Out of 5 million veterans, all of them are 70% or below, 8 out of 10 of them. Leave it up to them to find your evidence. See, one of the things you're going to check off on your application is called a fully developed claim. What does fully developed claim mean? Fully developed claim means I got all of the evidence. You ain't got to look for nothing. That's what a fully developed claim. You're telling the VA rater, I got you covered, bro. When you open up my claim, you're going to see diagnosis, you're going to see evidence, and you're going to see medical nexus on every disability. And on my secondary claims, I'm going to have court cases. How many court cases you going to have? Can y'all answer this question? How many court cases you going to have listed? The case file, the date of the court decision. How many? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody guess? Put the answer down there. Comment. How many? How many court cases? Nobody knows. I'll put there. 3. Why, juniors? New life veterans don't play. We're not going to just put one case. We're not going to just put 2 cases. 3 judges can't be wrong in 3 different decisions on the same disability. Am I right? You see, VA disability, I said at the beginning, is on the intersection of medicine and law. VA disability is at the intersection of medicine and law. You got the medicine side of the house and you got the legal side of the house. I'm going to teach you nothing but the legal side of the house, Title 38. Now, you got all that stuff and you still claiming migraines. So the rater said, damn, I've never seen a file like this before. When I filed my 11 disabilities over at Atlanta VA, VSO over there, the VSO said, damn, I ain't never seen no paperwork like this before. I said, I know. You don't know about me. Check this out. What determines a high rating? Okay, you made all that stuff. What's the high rating? The high rating becomes the severity of your symptoms. Severity of your symptoms. Severity of your symptoms. I know you said, Junius, if you repeat that one more time, I'm going to knock you in your head. But check this out. I'm trying to teach out of love. Severity of symptoms. How bad is your migraines? Because I'm a VA rater at the regional office and I know diagnostic code 8100, there's a 10%, there's a 30%, and the highest I know is 50. Now, this person has got all this paperwork together. They filed in direct or secondary, doesn't matter. They met all the requirements of 3 elements of what is going to determine the severity. If anybody can go to ECF, that's electronic code of federal regulations, ECFRIO, Title 38, Part 4. You got a cell phone, it's smart as hell. It's called a smartphone. I don't want you to be walking around here dumb as hell when it comes to VA disability. All right. So go to the Title 38, ECFR, Title 38, Part 4, and it's going to have symptoms. There's symptoms, ladies and gentlemen, for 50%, and there's symptoms for 30%, and there's symptoms for 10%, and then there's symptoms, there's symptoms for 0. They gave me 0% for hypertension. My high blood pressure wasn't high enough, I guess. All right. So you get me on the phone. You've been, Jay, I've been experiencing headaches. Okay, great. All right. Well, how bad are you? I'm going to ask you myself when I do a consult. I'm going to ask you, how bad is it, bro? Cause see, I'm not going to sell you a dream. I'm going to do what the law says. If you having 50% symptoms and they've been rating you at 0 or 10, I can help you get to 50. If you haven't been connected for migraines at all and you have no complaints in your medical treatment record, your server treatment record, I still can get migraines connected because I can use migraines secondary to something that's already been granted by cases. Y'all don't hear me though. Some of y'all sitting back here getting lowballed for no reason. My people perish for a lack of knowledge, right? Okay. I just want to know. All right. Let's get the 50% symptoms out the way. It deals with frequency. How many times does your migraine, and it talks about prostrating. What kind of economic impact it is having on your life? Is it keeping you from going to work? Have you called off work in many times? You got to talk to the VA Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. Now, how do you talk to them? You talk to them in the form called a statement in support of claim. Guys, if you haven't seen my statement in support of claims in the timeline, in the announcement or file section, go look at my statements. I let my claim be known. I am very transparent. I want you guys to win. Your statement in support of claim is going to talk about these frequencies. Your medical nexus, when you go to see our doctor, is going to talk about the symptoms, how bad it is. So if you have a medical opinion saying it's 50% worthy from a doctor, a private doctor, and you got a statement in support of claim that's saying it's 50%, it's 3 times a week. I'll get dizzy. That's in your statement. Prostrating. I'm in bed all day. Lights off. Music down. I can't stand music. Economic impact. Called off work. Called in sick. My boss has written me up. That should be in your statement in support of. My boss wrote me up 3 times like I'm a child. I'm 47 years old and he write me up like I'm 2. So anyway, you got to understand that. Stop complaining about the VA process and get acquainted with the law. 8100 is the diagnostic code. If you don't have 50% in symptoms with frequency, prostrating, economic impact, messing with your boss, your job, making you dizzy, sometimes you have vomiting for migraines. You're like, man, I could have got migraines connected if I'd have known about secondary conditions. My people perish for lack of knowledge. What can you get migraines from? Can anybody type in what can you get migraines from? What can you get migraines from? Anybody want to type it in the comments? Where can you get migraines from? Mike, 3 minutes. Sean on top of it. Sean, you want to be an instructor for today? All right. Can tinnitus give you migraines? Can sleep deprivation give you migraines? Sleep deprivation from sleep apnea, OSA. Man, I gotta hear that. Jamming. Y'all excuse me, I love music. See, when I went into the VA hospital, I was in there. They told me, when I filed my claim, they said, Junior, you can't file 11 disabilities at one time. You got to wait till your directs get decision adjudicated before you can do your secondary. That lady would have cost me $14,000. Stupid. I said, show me in the adjudication manual that's a true statement. Show me in the adjudication manual that I can't file 11 claims. Let me speak to your supervisor. How many of you know the law that well that you can be that decisive, courageous, confident about? See, some of you guys are going, well, I'm going to just throw it up there, let's throw it against the wall, see what we're going to get. Something is better than nothing. Man, come on, man. We talking about the average person retiring at age 65 or retiring broke. broke. If you don't think it's true, how many generations that came before you and you still got a job when you came out the womb? Hello. If you don't think it's true, why is it that 400 years back from slavery, those of us that are black, why are we starting our kids over and over again, get a summer job? Get this. You ain't got no passive income coming. You didn't put things in place to leave that legacy. And I'm not saying disability is an instrument, but it can help. Chronic pain, absolutely. Chronic pain. Chronic pain. I'm gonna tell you another thing. This is cool. Some of y'all got sleep apnea. Woo! Some of y'all got OSA, and which made you hold on. Let's do this. Some of y'all got orthopedic knee issues. Knee issues, orthopedic issues. You can't work out no more, so it made you fat. Now you're fat all around your neck. You got so much fat that you can't even breathe at night, which gave you OSA, obstructive sleep apnea. Wow. Woo, look at, you got 10% over here, but they left out 50% over here. I'm done with this training, man. If you like what you see, if you love New Life Veterans, if you are gaining knowledge, if this is helping you, give me a like, give me a comment, man. Let me tell you something. I work with winners, and I know every last one of you guys served in the service and were winners, part of winning units. You got all kind of medals, probably got all kind of medals, way more medals than I do. And that's cool. But why be a soldier in that military and be a punk when it comes to VA disability? And I'm not being disrespectful, but some of you guys are being punk. I get questioned all the time saying, Juniors, should I refile? I had heard that they might lower your rating because I'm refiling. Somebody said, I got 40%, I got 60%. If I refile, Juniors, are they gonna re-rate me? I got one answer to that. Title 38, Part 4. If you know Title 38, Part 4, why are you worried about this? Why are you worried about re-rating? Now, I will say this. All ratings are temporary unless you have permanent and total by the name. All ratings, that means they will reevaluate you until your 55th birthday. All ratings are temporary. They will reevaluate you every 5 years. Every 5 years, they're going to reevaluate until you get that ripe old age of 55. Then they call you over the hump, you old, and it probably ain't going to get no better. I'm 47. First time filing. They gave me permanent total. I never have to be reevaluated. Not only does PNT help you in that category, but PNT eliminates your student loan debt. PNT gives all your kids education to go to college if you still have younger kids. It has a lot of benefits, state benefit wise. No property taxes in certain states like Virginia, South Carolina, Alabama, Florida. So guys, some of you could have 100% PNT and you're just not trying. And then you letting this $1,000 fee that I charge scare you. I want to pose a question. Everybody that's a New Life Insider or who have gotten results being a New Life Insider that are watching this recorded or live on $1,000. I want to ask you, is my Facebook group worth the knowledge of $1,000? Have I gave you enough $1,000 language for free? Let me ask you that question. Comment down below if my value to you guys for free in this group is it worth $1,000, the information. Say yes or no. My teaching, is it worth $1,000? Tyrone, what Tyrone said worked. All right, I want to ask you another question. I'm gonna pose this question to Tyrone. Or Steve, I would say, because I know him as Steve. When you got your back paycheck, from me consulting you, you lived in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You drove to Virginia, North Carolina, and I think you drove to Georgia. I'm thinking. I don't know if you drove to all 3 states, but that was a long drive and you were motivated. Was your back paycheck more or less than $1,000? Answer the question, Steve, please. Anybody who's watching this live, was your back paycheck more than $1,000? If you're watching, comment live, was it worth the time invested in this? I don't think there's Steve got $9 grand. Steve, did you recoup I don't think at the time, Steve, when you paid, it was only $500. Am I right, Steve? Was it $500? I want everybody to comment that's watching. Am I worth $500 to y'all? Come on, man. Be honest. Am I worth $1,000 to you guys? Or am I worth more? God knows my value. I'm not looking for validation because God knows my value. But the reason why I'm so serious, because I wish somebody would have did this for me. I wish somebody would have did this for me in 1995. I wouldn't have went through homelessness, man. What's up, Sean? I wouldn't have went through the heartbreak, man. I wouldn't have went through the tears. Excuse me, man. I wish somebody would have did this, man. I really do. I wish somebody would have did this for me. I wish somebody would have said, Jay, man, I see you sleeping in cars. Excuse me, man. I wish somebody would have did it for me, man. When I think about all the pain, all the nightmares, all the sleepless nights. I remember one time I was sleeping, man. I was sleeping with this girl. I was living in Canada. I don't really tell this story that much. I told my mom because my mom it scared the hell out of me. I was laying in bed with this girl, and all of a sudden, man, it felt like somebody was sitting on my chest, man, while I was asleep. And I couldn't even breathe. And I woke up out of shock, and I scared her. And I called my mom, and I said, Mom, I don't know if God is talking to me, telling me I shouldn't be with this girl. And it scared me to death. Man, that was sleep apnea, bro. Do you know somebody can die from sleep apnea? I was undiagnosed. That was way back. I got out in 95. I must have been in Vancouver, Canada, probably 96, 97. I think I was all the way up to the 2000. Do you know I didn't get my first diagnosis for sleep apnea to 2008? Because some girl who I was dating in Nashville, living in Nashville this time, she said, baby, you are not breathing. Your chest go down and don't come back up. Man, this is serious. I'm not talking to you guys just all about this money thing. You are suffering from injuries from the military. God damn it, you should be paid for it. So, man, sorry for crying, man. But when I go back in memories and think, man, it's painful, bro. It's painful. So if I can help anybody that's helping you out of love, it's not about the money for me. It's about the mission of helping every veteran that I can. I can't help everybody, but the ones that I can help, I'm going to give you my best training, my best knowledge, my best energy with you. Okay. And thank you so much for watching today. I hope you guys have a great holiday, a great 4th of July. It's been my pleasure serving you guys for 2 years. And I hope we have many more. And don't forget the $200 referral program has been extended all the month of July. So you can send as many people over to me. We'll do a free consult with them. If we see opportunities Or if we don't, I'm not going to recommend the Insider program, but if we do, we're going to go ahead and get them in a New Life Insider program and get them a high value claim. At least try. Our damnness to get them the best rating possible. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, message me, whatever. I'm here, man. I'll talk to you guys soon. Holla.